Welcome to Poweractual, where we give you the latest news in the world of powerlifting. Whether it's new world records or insider reports, this is the place to get your fix. My name is Riker, and this is your weekly powerlifting update. Last Wednesday, we posted an important update regarding the stiff knee sleeve ban. We received a tremendous amount of support from the community, and we're simply super grateful. Without further ado, let's get into the lifting. PA Nationals was last week. I think most of you have seen the results. What I want to do is I want to dive into the most surprising moments and look at what this means for Worlds. We're kicking things off in the -66 class, where Avery Jackson brought one of the biggest upsets of the meet, beating Jonathan Garcia, the previous Worlds team member, by just 2 kilos. He put up a total of 720 kilos, and the most insane thing about this is that nobody really knew who he was. Let's talk -83s. And yeah, it's official. Joe Borenstein broke the 900 kilo barrier at just 22 years old, becoming the first -83 lifter to ever do it. That's 29.5 kilos over the world record set by Russell Orhe at this year's Sheffield. Chasing him down was no one other than Taylor Atwood, who put up an insane fight. The -74 GOAT now showed up in the -83s and put on a show. Totaled 876 kilos, also above the current world record. He nearly pulled 367.5 kilos for another 900 plus total, but it just wasn't there on the day. And then there's McNaughton, who quietly put up one of the biggest performances of the meet. McNaughton totaled 979 kilos with a 365 squat, a 245 kilo bench, and a 369 kilo deadlift. To me, this was one of the most shocking performances of the meet, because nobody really saw it coming. His total would stand as the unofficial world record in both the -105 class and the -120 class. And finally, the super heavyweight class, where we saw Ray Williams return to form with a 1060 kilo total. He beat out the competition with more than 100 kilos, but the twist here is that he's not going to Worlds because Jesus Olivares put up a bigger total at this year's Sheffield, making him the one to beat. Still, it's awesome to see Ray back and getting close to his all-time best numbers. Speaking of Worlds, we're going to see some crazy matchups in June, which is only 9 weeks away. Here's what to look out for in the most stacked head-to-heads going into Worlds. After shocking everyone with his win at Nationals, Avery Jackson is walking into Worlds with a target on his back. He's going up against Kjell from Norway and Japan's very own Kyota Ushiyama. Expect a battle to the final deadlifts. As for the 83s, this class is completely unhinged right now. Joe Borenstein flipped the division on its head with his 900 kilo total, but following him are some elite contenders. First we have Ade Omisakin, who has huge numbers across the board. Then we have Jurin Skengamu, who has proven he can deliver under pressure. Then we have Tim Monigati, who has no real weaknesses. And then lastly we have Enahoro Hussein, who has probably the biggest deadlift in the world in his weight class. These are the 5 lifters with real podium potential, and one missed lift can reshuffle the whole thing. The 93s are always at war, and this year is no different. We have Jonathan Garcia from the US, Emil Krastev from Bulgaria, and Gustav Hedlund from Sweden, going head to head in one of the most tight matchups we've ever seen. Their totals are super close to each other, so it's gonna come down to who nails the most attempts. Are we going to see the first 10 times bodyweight total in the 93 division? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And then we have the 105s, and this one is a must watch. McNaughton is the clear favorite with his monster total, but we also have Anatoly Novosmeny, who is experienced and has a huge squat, and then we have Corentin Clement, the French lifter who just became European champion. Interestingly enough, Corentin Clement actually beat McNaughton back in 2022 at Junior Worlds. But I think this time around, things will pan out a little bit differently. If McNaughton can hit these numbers again on the international podium, then he'll probably walk away as the new champ. But Anatoly has been here before, so we're expecting fireworks. This week's hot take comes from no one other than Emil Krastev.
Hello, I'm Emil Krastev, professional powerlifter and coach. Today I will share my hot take Nobody cares about your numbers. Powerlifting can get way too obsessed with numbers. Everyone is so focusing on the hitting PRs that they forget lifting is about more than just chasing bigger numbers. When you are fixated on the numbers, you lose sight of recovery, mental health, and the overall joy of training. At the end of the day, it's not just about what is on the bar, but how you feel and how you sustainable your progress is. Stop obsessing over every single rep and focus on the bigger picture.
And that's a wrap for this week's episode of Poweractual. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, leave us a like, drop your predictions in the comments, and subscribe for more weekly powerlifting updates. See you next time.